Good afternoon and welcome. We're here again with the program The Buzz, the show that keeps you closer to social media. My name is Patience Velukafor. It's great to be here with you on the show this lovely Tuesday afternoon. It's the 13th of March 2018. Alera is here as well. Good afternoon, Alera.
Good afternoon, Patience. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. Oh, you okay?
Very well. We're just trying to adapt.
Adapt to what?
To everything, to all the bashing
yes.
and here and there. Just trying to, at least we must survive. What a beautiful Wednesday afternoon to you all there. Rather, is it Wednesday or Tuesday?
It's Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. Why am I fast forwarding to Wednesday?
Time machine.
A beautiful Tuesday afternoon to you all there. And today's edition of The Buzz promises to be something insightful and also educative too.
Yes, and informative as well. Just in case you're one of those that don't run out of the house, before you check what's going on in the media. Yes, so this show is for you, so you can catch up. And we have three very interesting topics that we'll be looking at on the show today. And talking about the number three, we also have three members of panel with us. Sitting very close by to me, she has become like a recurring decimal on the show, and we love it. She is a communication and marketing consultant. And she's one of those who rants so much on social media. It's a pleasure to have back again Esosa Osagede on the show.
Good to be here.
Thank you, Esosa, for joining us. Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
No, she had to laugh about the rant thing.
She is always on social media. All right, the only man amongst women. He's blessed amongst women. We like to.
And I wonder why.
Yes, we wonder why.
Are you afraid?
Yes. He is our senior colleague, in the business of journalism. He's been there. He's worked in a lot of media houses. Prominent amongst them is the Guardian newspapers. It's a pleasure to have Justin Akpovi join us on the show.
Thank you so much.
Hi, Justin. It's great to always have you on the show.
Yeah.
Okay, and of course, the first time on the show, we hope she'll become constant. She is a woman of many parts. She's an engineer, she's an entrepreneur, she's a farmer, and above all, she's also a politician. It's a pleasure to have engineer Atinuke Balogun here with us. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for joining us. All right, so we'll go straight into our topics for today. The first one is senators and jumbo pay. The Nigerian Senate has confirmed that its members do receive the sum of 13.5 million naira monthly designated as running costs, separate from the approved monthly salaries. Senator representing Kaduna Central District, Shehu Sani, had previously revealed that senators receive the sum separate from their salaries and constituency fund. The sum is said to be illegal as it is not approved by the Revenue Mobilization, Allocation and Fiscal Commission. All the newspapers this morning, and since yesterday actually, I've been, trying to outdo each other about this piece of news, and a lot of people have also been dropping their comments on social media. Also, former Minister of Education, Obi Ezekwesili, was very, very vocal on this issue. She came out and in a series of tweets, she made her views known, saying that Shehu Sani coming out to make this declaration is his own way of penance, and also to say, to also, make Nigerians aware of how they've been, to use my own words now, robbing us blind, because they are enriching themselves at the detriment of the masses. Ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about this jumbo pay by the senators. First of all, they get paid what they're supposed to get paid, and then they get this huge amount as running costs. Let me start with Mr. Akpovi. You are a renowned journalist. What is running costs? Let's start from there.
And running cost is running cost now.
It's running costs. What's it running after?
If you are not running after something, something is running after you. The bottom line is this. Let me tell you. As long as we run expensive elections, things like this will come up regularly. Because you know why? If you know how much it takes to run a senatorial race, win and go to the Senate, you understand why they have to be, infusing things like this to meet up the cost. Because I'm very sure so many of them are still paying back the debt they procured while running.
While running for that post.
Yeah, I refrain from commenting on the issue of social media because I asked one question: what is the presidency doing about it? What? Okay, now, because nobody can feign ignorance of the fact that they never knew such money has been, they've been collecting this kind of money. So, if it's illegal, according to Senator Shehu Sani, right? So, did they just started collecting it 2 days ago? And is this the first Senate that is collecting that kind of money? So, nobody has done anything about it. And what is illegal has remained illegal for a long time. It becomes legal. I think for now I rest for my two other.
Okay, and before to just cutting, rather to add to what you just said, because the senator himself, that Shehu Sani, said he actually disclosed all this because he felt it had to do with moral issue.
How long have you
And
been
in
collecting
which
it?
Obi, no, you understand, Obi Ezekwesili came out and still tweeted about the same old thing that she was telling them then while she was still in-house that this money was, and they all wanted to crucify her. So do you actually see this like a breakthrough coming towards it? Let's just get to start with this.
Let Senator Shehu, let him refund all he has collected first.
Exactly.
I will listen to him.
Exactly. I mean, just to add to what Mr. Kobe has said, is this, and I also asked the questions. Is this the first time that this money is
Yes.
seen again? You people they've been collecting this from the time we were democratized.
Yes.
I like to use that
So-
word. So why is it now? And you say, like he said, if you really are showing penance, you tell me that I have been collecting this since inception and I am returning it. I'm sorry, even Madam Ezekwesili, yes, she came out, yes, she made some noise about it, but were there any records to show that she ever returned this money or collected it or rejected it? I don't know, I can't say, but yes, coming out to say it is one thing. I mean, it baffles me when I saw this news everywhere. Yesterday I was just laughing to myself. I say these our senators have what I call selective amnesia. Even the one that calls himself Mr. Common Sense. He makes sense when he wants to make sense, but when it comes to the issues of money and pay and all of that, he has selective amnesia. He doesn't even talk about
His sense takes flight.
Exactly. So what are we talking about here? You just nailed it. Because we run expensive elections, we have to meet up, and then after the elections there's a lifestyle that you must meet up, you must continue. So that is why all of this money, you see, all of this is just all smoke and all of that. It's just all smoke screen noise.
Wow.
Somebody will make noise, and before you know it, I'm sure by the time he's resuming the Senate today, his colleagues will be telling him to shut up.
Yes.
And then
Or they
before you
suspend
know
him.
it, exactly. Before you know it, some other issue will come out or come up, and then they will kill that.
And then we'll
This
kill
time
this
next week we'll be talking
particular
about this
story
thing.
No,
Right
no,
now,
no.
let's
It's
bring
by
in the
tomorrow.
politician. Let's bring her.
From my own point of view, I would rather say that if they call it running cost involves so many things. And I don't know why now that Senator Shehu is now talking about it. Because he has been collecting this money, and this thing has been there since democracy 1999. I believe that if people are now saying it's illegal, they're now making it legal, I believe we should have a more detailed information. It's not about just somebody's collecting 30.5 million as a running cost. Because when you talk about running costs in government, it involves so many things. And if I just
Sorry
say,
to cut you in, ma, as a politician here, maybe you need to define it for us. What is the definition of this thing called running cost?
that's what I'm
Because
saying.
it's an ambiguous word.
No,
Even
no.
what you say, it involves a lot of things. What are these things? Can you
Like
Yes,
what?
it-
Specifically?
Are you
thank
using
you.
it to fix hospitals?
Yeah.
Are you using it to meet up with
construct
To buy your-
construct
to
roads?
buy
Are you
fuel,
saying this is
petrol
my
for your
own
car?
personal,
That's what I'm saying, that like
no.
for the senators, I cannot actually say this is what they are using their own money for. I cannot really give you the details because it's the Senator Shehu that's supposed to give us details. He's not supposed to say that 30.5 million is more legal money that we are collecting. No. He should tell us that this 30.5 billion has been used for has been used for this is what we have been using the money for, or we didn't use the money for anything, we are spending the money. Because when they say running costs, it's part of government expenditure. It's there. You cannot say it's illegal. That is the truth.
Listen. I believe as a senator, there is an allowance for you to pay your domestic staff.
Yes.
To buy
All
petrol.
of these things are even paid for.
Yeah, to
All
buy
of these things
petrol.
are paid
So
for.
what is that money meant for?
What all those
Because
things
this
are
is
paid for?
separate from the constituency.
See,
from
yeah,
the
allowance.
This is
What
separate
about-
from salary.
No.
It is
So
separate
we
from
don't really know
allowance.
what this
Okay, she's
money
trying to
is.
explain to us.
When it comes to constituency money,
Project,
it's a
yes.
different thing.
That's what we're
entirely.
So
talking
what
about.
is the running cost? What is this?
See,
And it's
that's what
monthly.
I'm saying.
Monthly, every month.
Yes, and that's what I'm saying is that it's Senator Shehu that will tell us, that will give us the details.
Yeah, what
of
has he
this.
done
Why
with
are
the
we
whole-
waiting for Senator Shea? Why can't
No,
another
she-
senator come out and explain?
You know, this is the man that started the reform. He's giving
I
us
think-
But they've
information.
agreed.
The
All the other
spokesman-
lawmakers have
the
actually
spokesman
They
of
say
the
it's not a
Senate-
big deal. It's not a big deal. They have been collecting this money
Yeah,
since
the
1999. There's
spokesman of
nothing
the
you can
Senate
do
came out
about
with an
that.
official statement that is true.
That is
Yes.
true. So why can't another person give us a breakdown?
The breakdown of the
how-
running cost.
Why must we wait for Senator Shehu? Fine, he has done the whistle.
But you know that nobody is going to
But
give you a
this,
breakdown.
this is the senator that has been collecting the money since
Yeah.
he has been senator.
Now he's
So,
having a crisis,
When all of us have
crisis of
jobs,
conscience.
on your when you have jobs, they give you a breakdown of your remuneration.
Yeah.
You have a salary, you have allowances, you have payment to domestic staff. If you are doing stuff for your constituency, the monies are spelled out. 13.5 million is for what? It's question mark, question mark, question mark. Nobody is saying anything on this matter.
Nobody will say anything. Typical
I
of us,
think
nobody
we
will
should
say
not let it
anything,
go.
and the issue will go. But I also believe
It's a shame to this
that
government that keeps
the
preaching
presidency is being
anti-corruption,
cautious.
anti-corruption.
But this
No,
thing
no,
we are talking
yeah.
about has been there since inspection.
We're not saying it has not
We're
been there.
not
The
saying
fact
it
that
hasn't
it's
been
been
there.
there doesn't make it right.
Yes,
Make it
it doesn't make it
I'm
right.
saying it's the
Right.
government.
Right.
The government now
Of the day.
Yes, it's the one that caused this problem. No, it's
No,
not.
but
Wait,
madam,
wait,
no,
wait,
she's
wait,
saying that.
no.
You are
Wait,
waiting.
Hold on, let's hear her out.
Okay.
I want to hear your view. Yeah.
Yes, look at the, okay, I want to take it from another perspective. Okay, look at the bill that President Buhari present to the House of, to the Senate for us to curb corruption. You know that the bill has not been passed since 2.5 years now.
We know that.
Aha. So if we have all these bills that have been passed, we know that we can curb corruption totally.
Beyond passing the bill, there's
Beyond
something
passing
called
the-
implementation,
Exactly.
which has always been the bane of everything I know in Nigeria. You know, having to enforce whatever has been, made law. But whether or not there's a bill on corruption, you understand? You don't become a senator for you to become to rob the people blind, because that is what this is all about.
It's some-
13.5 million naira every
Monthly.
month. What is that money
Times
for?
12.
That
No,
is-
they need to
times
give
12.
us. See,
And
we
then
cannot
we're
be arguing
saying,
here because
like,
we don't have the
there's
details.
economic crunch. What is that money for? That is the question.
You see, President Buhari, I know, will want to stop that kind of money. But if he tries it, these senators will make this country very, very hot and ungovernable.
Ungovernable for him.
Yes. You know, he has tried to do so many things, but it will never, with the kind of people we have there, he will never get away with it. But now it boils down to one issue. As far as I'm concerned, the money for whatever cost they are running or unrunning is too much. If it's part of their salary and allowances, I will agree. But since it is outside it, as confirmed by everybody, then something should and must be done about it.
This. Let me come in here though. Aliyu Abdullahi, who is a spokesperson of the Senate, he confirmed the sum and he said that it is stated in the National Assembly budget, which is released to the public. So what he's trying to say is Senator Shehu Sani did not actually disclose anything new. Anybody
I know what I'm saying.
who took the time to actually read through, the National Assembly budget would have seen it
there.
stated
Yes.
in there.
Yeah.
Yeah,
but
but-
I guess for a long time we've all sort of like overlooked, certain
Some
things. And now somebody has pointed to it. So now attention is drawn to it. Now my next question is, with this kind of situation on our hands, what does this say about the kind of Senate that we have in Nigeria?
We know that they've always been a gathering of thieves now. It's just that place, as far as I'm concerned, I call them a den of thieves. It just goes to show. That's why a lot of them, especially the one that represents my area, has been there since he was this size, and now his belt cannot go around his waist. You know, there is
He's using a rope now.
What?
He's using a rope.
I
now.
don't know what he's using, but I know that his stomach has tripled since 1999 when he was there. You know, so it's just appalling. And Mr. Kobe, I kind of disagree with you on the fact that when you said something can be done, something can be done.
Like how?
Something can be done. I
Like
don't
what?
work in government. I'm not in government.
Yes, like
I'm
what?
not
Exactly.
in,
Okay, now
I'm
look,
not in
give
government.
give a suggestion. Like
Buhari came into power on the coattails of curbing corruption. That's why a lot of us voted for him. A lot of us, we don't have friends anymore because we went, yes, finally. There's a way you would come out and you would disassociate yourself from something. There's a way he himself, as the president, are we saying that, I'm sure if we could dig deep into his own remuneration breakdown, there are things there that are unnecessary. Let's call it spade a spade. You lead by example. The only way we can get a better Nigeria for today is by leading by example. If you say this is I declare my remuneration, no, this is it. I have seen some figures here that are not useful to me or my consider. I will channel this into XYZ, blah blah blah. Senators, this is it. This I see that there's a 13.5 here that is unnecessary. What are you doing with your own? You will lead, some people there would have a conscience, but you see the thing about, like I say, it is a lifestyle all these politicians have to live, have to continue. It's not just even the election, it's the lifestyle. There's a lifestyle. We vote for them, and the next thing they turn into animals and start chasing us up and down the roads. We see them every day now.
Yes.
You are journalists. You know them. I'm sure you are used to those kinds of.
Well, I would rather, say that for this year budget is already there. As you likely said, we can't do anything now. Because when they are passing the budget, we didn't talk about it, we didn't say anything about it, we didn't point it out, okay, this 13.5 million that is in your budget, what do you want to use the money for?
Did they release it to the public in the first place?
Exactly.
Because I was never aware that the National Assembly released its budget.
I've not seen
They
any.
said it's in the domain. They said it's in the domain.
It was not a
They said
national
it's in
issue.
the
They
domain.
released their budget, and people with the kind of awareness people have now, you think nobody will check and see?
and find it
Yes.
out with this digital age, with
Yes.
Twitter, somebody would have
Wait,
found it.
do you
on
actually
Twitter and
find
blown
out?
the
Do you
whistle.
actually now know how much each senator earns at the end of the month?
Yes, we don't know. It's public this year, but
How
we
much-
never
how much
knew
is
about
that?
the 13.5
million.
million.
Okay, so that's their own salary is pretty different.
Yes.
From
The
that.
salary
So
is
that's like
different.
it's
This
is a
no,
running
we
cost.
all know that
It's
it's fine. It's about 750,000.
Yes,
That's what they earn.
it's pretty
and that's
decent.
it's
pretty
decent.
and
And they
different.
need to
Plus
have
other
extra.
perks, so let's not forget.
So
plus
somebody
other
earns
allowances
750,000
and everything that
naira.
No, I
comes with
believe
it.
all these allowances that we are talking about, they put together and call it running costs.
No, it is
No.
Allowances are different,
different,
than
they're different.
from
If
this
you check
running
the
cost.
breakdown,
no,
you will
the
see.
breakdown there. I saw that
breakdown.
breakdown. The breakdown is
And the breakdown
salary.
the breakdown was
you
coming
know,
in piecemeal. It
yes,
was not as if they
yes,
released it once. If
yes.
it will become a scandal, they will release a little. No, you see, I think there has been a lot of insincerity on the part of the
All right,
citizens.
according to the spokesperson, it's saying that if people are taking the time to actually read through the National Assembly budget, you would have seen various items like traveling, medicals, consultancy,
It's called miscellaneous.
and the rest.
Well,
I
when
think
we
if
go
that's all
school,
that put
Yes.
there's
together.
a difference between salary. There's a difference between allowance.
And miscellaneous.
Miscellaneous. Miscellaneous expenses is there.
So
Plus
that's
medical,
13.5,
yeah.
plus medical,
Medical,
is
of
there.
course.
Those are just
Plus
circumstances,
wardrobe
you know,
allowance.
along
For
the way.
Plus
anybody-
wardrobe
Anything-
allowance.
We
Yes.
know all
But
that.
Then
this
running
one-
cost.
Running cost.
This one is monthly. You know?
Okay, all right, now, way
went to
forward
school
now.
now.
Way forward. Having said this now, do you actually see anything being done about this 13.5 million?
No.
Because even
Except this
other
No.
people
we're
that
talking.
are outside are
No.
looking at 2019 is approaching.
No.
Why won't anyone want to do
Anything
otherwise to
to
probably
get
get
into power.
into the Senate?
Let me tell you, nothing is going to be done about it. You know why? These guys have found a way to twist the president, something they've done and they've been doing perfectly well. We now have a Buhari who many of us knew as a very strong-willed character, but we are in a democracy, and it's so sad that democracy has caged President Buhari, that some of us grew up to know, has caged him to the extent it's looking so helpless, especially before the Senate. So nothing is going to be done about it because the senators are trying to justify that money. They are making it look like it's legal. And we live in a society like you said. By tomorrow or next, nobody will be talking about it.
But I beg to disagree.
Nobody will talk.
I don't think it's democracy that is caging him.
No, it's democracy.
A few days ago, there was a picture from what country was it again? I forget right now, but I think it was Australia or something. These are countries that have thrived on the democratic system, and they are doing excellently well.
Yeah.
There are ways to actually go about these things in curbing. I don't believe in curbing corruption. There are ways, but I think because Nigeria is run by, we think it's democracy. I call it divide and rule. We come in, we cause divisions amongst ourselves to just cause all these kinds of snippets of noise here and there, when we should be focusing on the elephant in the room, on the big picture, on the monster that is tearing us down. These things are really, I say, Nigerians issues. I always say, it's easy. We just need, I don't know if it's the right people right now,
It's still the same
or
you are
a
talking.
value orientation,
There are
but there are ways. I
there
do
are
not
so
want
many
to say
things,
that
yeah.
if he knew that, I mean, he's been in this country for a while. If he knew that, I would enter and become president, and my hands would be tied. I would not be able to carry out my duties.
He never believed.
He would not have done
He
that.
never believed this is what he was
He
going
would
to
not
get.
have done that. No, I don't.
He
Think
never
so.
believed.
I don't think so.
Believe me.
Because
Military
I think
never
he got there. He got there to just go and work.
The Buhari you grew up with, and the
Never
Buhari I
experienced.
know, I grew up to hear about. If it was based on that Buhari, I wouldn't have. I'm been.
But military era is different
It's
from
different.
democracy.
That's
what I'm
saying.
saying.
You see the same thing.
It's still the same thing.
People know.
There is a
This is
limit to
democracy.
what.
There's a constitution.
As
Yeah.
a military dictator, he
Yeah.
cannot bring that. Cannot use that hand. Like my people say, if you use that hand, can't rule me now.
Yeah.
No, you see, he's using constitution.
He's using
There's a rules.
and now
Rules of law.
As an
yes.
elder statesman, he should know these things. He should have been able to know how to play
It's
his
very
chess, his
easy
game
to
very
say
well.
that because we have a seat. What did you call this Senate?
I don't know.
So you see, you call it, and
But I
these
get
are
what, I
lions.
get what exercise is trying to say, though.
know.
But then the way he started off, at the
Like
start
there
of
was a
his
plan,
tenure,
that there was
we could see
a
everybody sat up.
roadmap.
Everybody sat up.
Everybody
Well,
sat
it's-
up.
everybody sat
yeah,
up. It's
yeah,
true.
He got
When
the
he
point.
started off,
Listen,
yeah.
he got the point. They were sizing him up. He got the point. They started. You see, an average senator, an average rep member, he has become a lawyer. They know that, and Buhari. I want to have a picture of what is really happening to him. He has suddenly discovered that if I try to do this, you see this one coming out with a counter, and it's like corruption fighting back. We all know that corruption is a monster. Corruption is even bigger than Nigeria. It's an industry. You understand? So you have a multi-billion-dollar industry that is corruption against a president in a democratic setting like a Buhari. I'm afraid there's a limit to what he can do. Yes, he will try. We'll go after the blocking all the loopholes like what he's doing,
With the TSA
jam.
and stuff.
You understand? But when it comes to these people, the very mighty, the powerful people, which I don't want to name,
The Shehu Sanis of this world.
there is a limit to what he can do because it's cage.
Okay.
Okay, I think the issue now is that this money is there to stay, but I think as a Nigerian and a tax-paying citizen in
It
Nigeria,
has been justified, so it's there.
they should make it public. What they do with
us
the
a
money.
break.
Yes, I think that's what we
I
do.
think that's what we should be
Yeah,
asking.
that's what we should be
Let us know
demanding.
what you do every month.
With 13.5
Can you
million.
publish what you do with 13.5 million naira
Yes.
As a running cost.
as a running cost and as a senator in Nigeria? I think that's what Nigerians deserve. At
Yes.
least
Yes.
we deserve that.
Yes.
Let's move